The YouTube Music app has the power to sense what you like from the moment you open the app. It's almost like it can read your mind.
You see the type of... y'all niggas gotta be on point. I'm gonna be like the spiritual soul, but for Twitch, bro. But y'all niggas gotta be on point. Did y'all peep the ad they just started playing for a nigga? Talking about the youth, it's like almost they be telling y'all, nigga, the algorithm does read your mind. Nigga, the Wi-Fi can literally, bro. It's proven that the FBI and the CIA can literally use the radio waves of your Wi-Fi box to see the inside of your house without no cameras. Like, they can literally use the frequencies to see where you sitting at, what objects is in your house, what's over here, what's over there. Like, it's getting wild, bro. And then they got the nerve to play an ad talking about it's almost as YouTube can read your mind, nigga. It's like they tell you without telling you by making it a joke into a movie, into a skit or some shit where niggas gonna pass it off. They gonna pass off the depths, why they gonna pass off the depthness of the situation. Like, niggas not gonna question why is they making an ad about, you feel me, a crystal ball, doing some magic, reading niggas' minds. Like, we know the algorithm read niggas' minds. Niggas will be thinking about some Burger King, and you go on Instagram, now you get an ad about Burger King. Or somebody pop up doing a mukbang of some Burger King. Or you on YouTube, you think about some Kanye West, and now all of a sudden you scroll through your recommended and a Kanye West song pop up or some shit. And you don't even listen to Kanye West like that. You just thought about the nigga, a song or an interview of him just pop up on your shit. Or you thinking about getting some Coronas. Let me choose a different beer. My bad. You think about getting some Modelo's. And then next thing you know, you get to scrolling on Facebook, and next thing you know, somebody pop up on your feed or your algorithm or an ad pop up on your algorithm about some Modelo's. Like, that shit really be happening, bro. So this is crazy that they giving us this ad. Get this shit out.
Umar Johnson just revealed what CHUD the Builder has been hiding. But before we get to what Umar Johnson just exposed and revealed today, let's do a quick recap because we got an update on the white supremacists who stormed CHUD's bond hearing, made a scene, and got put in jail as well.
Crime, a controversial social media personality, remains behind bars for now. The judge in CHUD the Builder's case is keeping his $1 million bond in place. CHUD, whose real name is Dalton Etherly, is charged with attempted murder, aggravated assault, reckless endangerment, and employing a firearm during a dangerous felony. He was arrested last week for a shooting outside the Montgomery County Courthouse, while the victim is recovering. Today, a judge locked in a more than $1 billion bond he'd previously set. But before court wrapped up, the judge said someone online offered to pay his bond. Those details are still being worked out this afternoon. And at one point during today's hearing, a man was asked to leave for reacting to video playing in the courtroom. While he was being escorted out, he made a comment about a, quote, two-tiered justice system. That's when the judge ordered him
I want y'all to know something. Somebody's going to pay his bond. Trust me. He's going to get out of jail. They're doing this on purpose. And they going to get... And see, they fooling... It's going to be a lot of dumb black-ass niggas that's going to fall for this shit, too. Thinking that the system worked for us. Nigga, the system ain't never worked for us and ain't never cared about us. Nigga, you use a fucking coon if you believe they going to put that nigga in jail. I don't know. If they do put him in jail... I'm not gonna lie, they finna do dog nasty in that bitch. I'm not gonna lie. But I don't think they gonna put them in jail. I think they're trying to incite another race war. They're trying to incite a civil war, but they're trying to make it about race instead of it being about us versus the government, nigga, because y'all are literally killing the people. Until, like I said, even to the racist, y'all white racists, yeah, they don't even care about y'all no more. That's why they doing certain shit to y'all now, nigga. They kind of revoking y'all. Yeah, niggas get to talking crazy, doing this and doing that, but like they doing certain shit now to kind of like piss y'all off, to make it think like, oh, y'all protecting these niggas now. You see what I'm saying? Which is gonna start some shit, basically, some civil war type shit. And then, they gonna still, but then, overall, they still gonna do certain shit that pisses the black community off, and we just gonna fuck up everything. You feel me? When we reach a certain, everybody has a breaking point, bro. Put it like that. And when we reach that breaking point, we snap. So, like I said, don't be surprised if cities is in flames again. And this time we not gonna stop because we know not to stop. We just gonna, cities is in flames. We resetting the whole system, nigga. We are the reset. So all I'm gonna say is though, like, I think this nigga is gonna, I think Chud, bro. I honestly think Chud is gonna get, this nigga gonna get free, bro. He gonna get free. This shit gonna last about another week or two, and then somehow, some way, he gonna walk away from. They gonna let him walk away from the shit because they know it's gonna piss black people off, bro. And then something gonna happen. Either he gonna keep doing the same shit that he been doing, or somebody gonna catch him and he's gonna get killed somehow, some way, somehow he's gonna get killed, and they're gonna try to blame it on black people. You feel me? He just gonna magically die somehow and get shot up. You feel me? And then they're gonna try to somehow blame it on black people, which is gonna make these white racists mad and want to like they're trying to incite. All I see is these niggas trying to incite something between two different races of people, bro. When at the end of the day, we really supposed to be focused on the government, bro. We supposed to be focused on the government. Y'all gotta focus on y'all government, and we got black people. We need to focus on our children, nigga, helping our children and taking our children back under our care, because we see these people, our children is not under great care with these people around.
Taken into custody.
He's now on Twitter crying as if he was the victim. I swear, all these dudes do is cry. They're perpetual victims. They're every stereotype they try to put on us. Now he's on X crying as if somebody did something wrong to him. As if he was not the one who went to them good folks' courtroom to act a fool to get some social media clout. Now he's dealing with the consequences, and now he can't take it. So he goes, update from Jake. I went to show support at CHUD the Builder's $1.25 million bond hearing and was arrested and thrown in the maximum he could sentence me to of 10 days of solitary confinement by the judge. Here's how it happened. I was sitting next to CHUD's wonderful and soft-spoken fiance when she whispered, "I love you" to CHUD, and was kicked out the courtroom. Moments later, I was nodding my head in agreement to a video of CHUD during an interview when the bailiff demanded that I leave the courtroom as well. I stood up and calmly exited and said in a normal speaking tone, "This is a two-tier judge." Yeah, I bet. Okay, I bet, buddy, all right? I bet you was kicked out, right? You, Jake Lang, who literally went to Minnesota with a pig head to antagonize Muslims. You, the outrageous human being we know you to be, I'm sure you was getting kicked out and you said, two-tier justice system. Yeah, I'm sure that's how that went, okay? Now, this is where he he confused a lot of people right here, okay? Because Jake Lang, we know, okay, Jake Lang, mom is Jewish, his dad is Jewish. There are pictures of Jake Lang as a kid where he's kissing the wall, right?
Jewish. See, I do some. That's why I knew somebody hand was in on the shit. See, what people don't know is the true reason why white people, so-called white Americans, right? Y'all really Europeans. Y'all originally from Britain. But what they don't know is there's when I say the white man, I don't just mean American. I'm talking the Jewish, American, Russian, Swedish, Irish. They all white, nigga. They all Caucasoid. Just like Africans, Jamaicans, Haitians, Brazilians, even certain parts of Mexico where there's natural indigenous blacks at. And then of course America, nigga, we all the same. We Negroid, nigga. And we speak different languages. Same with white folks. They all the same, but they just speak different languages and shit. And what white Americans don't know is the reason for all this shit that's going on is because Jews, bro. That's all I'm gonna say. A race war was never really a thing before these niggas was around, bro. The Jews been inciting that shit. The Jews got the white Americans doing their dirty work for them because the Jews feel like they're the true children of God and everybody else that is not Jews are slaves, or what they call Gentiles, or Goyim, basically a slave. And when they see black people, they know who black people really are. The black people are what the Jews want to be. Let me chill for Twitch. I don't want to get too crazy on Twitch, but the black people are what the Jews want to be. So they're like, okay, in order to make ourselves look holy, We need somebody to kill these motherfuckers because we don't like them without laying a finger on them. We need to look holy. We need to get a way to get them killed without laying a finger on them. So they use one of their buddies, the white British motherfuckers. And they got in their heads like, yeah, you know, fuck them niggas. So boom, now they got all the white Americans, you know, the British sent the British, you know, George Washington, and that started America. He British, bro. If you look at George Washington, where he came from, he was originally in British. He grew up and became a Freemason and reached the 33rd degree in Britain out there in London, nigga. And then he came out here to America and established America. But at the end of the day, you know, every white American, bro, y'all doing the dirty work for the Jews. Y'all don't know that the shit that y'all doing is going to backfire so bad, bro. It's going to backfire so bad. That's why the whole things are playing out a certain way. But they got y'all killing us, so they don't have to lay a finger on us, and they can keep their holy look. Boy, these Jews smart as fuck. They nothing to play with. They some egregious motherfuckers when it come to children and shit. But them niggas is intelligent though. Like, you feel me? Niggas is intelligent, bro. When it comes to how they need shit to get done in the most efficient way possible without putting their hands in the mud. You feel me? Keeping their hands nice, soft, and clean.
Like he's wearing, you feel me, you know, like the Muslim. He's wearing the traditional Jewish cloths. But when Jake Lang became an extremist and a white supremacist online, he understands the white supremacists hate his kind more than they hate black people. So he began to denounce and disavow his Jewish heritage and pretend like it don't exist. But when he got sent to jail, I guess now he got some common sense, because he's now saying that he's inside the Montgomery County jail at this moment, and he'd been starving for 2 days because they're refusing to give him a kosher diet. Kosher? Hold on, bruh. Hold on, man. Again, I don't know much about a kosher diet, but ain't a kosher diet like the Jewish diet?
I mean, if we being honest, Poetik Flakko, like, if we being honest, a kosher diet doesn't necessarily means a person is Jewish. Hell, if I would go, I sometimes eat shit. Like, I got certain shit right now in my fridge and cabinet that's kosher, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you, because them Jews, if you look at a lot of foods that are kosher, bro, they don't got none of them preservatives and none of all that bullshit in it, because them Jews know that shit. That's why a lot of Jews eat kosher, because they know them kosher. That's their shit. They know what to look for on the food to know, like, oh, this my people's shit. So, you know, when I'm in America, I know what to eat and not to eat the goyim slop that's processed with a bunch of crazy, weird shit that we don't even know what's processed, you know, and put into our foods. Whereas they can read, they know the ingredients, there's different symbols and labels and shit. They study that shit so they can know their own system and what to eat, not to fuck themselves up. So they be oh, kosher, oh yeah, this my shit right here. This my people's shit. We know to eat this, da 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 da. Because they know a lot of people don't really know that. A lot of people don't really know nutrition. A lot of people don't really grab. Now people are starting to do that shit. But like 10 years ago, 5 years ago, niggas wasn't grabbing food, grabbing drinks and looking at the back of it like, oh, it got this many sodium, it got this much potassium in here, it got this much sugar, added sugars, cholesterol. You know, people don't look at that, you know, because the back of the shit, that's your nutritional, that's a nutritional chart, as they call it. And, you know, a lot of people don't read that shit. But now people are starting to read it. They starting to read the ingredients and starting to look like, damn, what is all this bullshit in food, bro? Because I used to read that shit when I was a kid, bro. Especially when what started that for me, it's going to sound weird. But what started it for me to start reading ingredients on the back of the shit, back of foods, was when every time as a kid, bro, I used to take a shit. You know, this was before phones and shit. The most interesting thing that helped me relax to just let the shit flow, like, because, you know, when I shit, I gotta get comfortable, like, I gotta get naked, I gotta take clothes off and shit. I mean, now I'm older, I don't gotta do that no more, but shit, I still do it now, nigga. When I'm at home, nigga, I'm busting out all the clothes, nigga, and I'm taking a nice, you feel me, lovely shit. And I still do it today though, but I would take, like, it'll be like a soap bottle, or it'll be like some toothpaste, or it'll be like some some bleach or something, and I'll take the bottle, turn it around, and I'll just read like, oh, I really don't want to read the fucking front of the label because of course it says bleach, Clorox bleach. I know what that is. So I would just turn the bottle around, like, what else is on this shit? And then I'll look, and I'll be like, damn, what's all this? What's sulfur monoxide or some shit like that? I'm like, what is all these different chemicals on the back of this shit? And then I was like, I'm like, this is the same shit you would see on food too. So then, after a while, I would, as I got older, I started, bag of Cheetos or some shit. Or I might be, if I'm at the house, I got a pack of Oreos. I'll take them hoes and look. And I'm like, damn, what's all this shit in the food? What are these chemicals? And I used to think, like, is these safe to be putting in our bodies? You feel me? And then sure enough, as time went on, especially when, now that we in the 2020s, a lot of people are starting to look on the back of a lot of shit. They starting to look on the back of these foods and, these different, food products now to see what's being put in these bitches, bro. Because, a lot of shit, niggas wasn't paying attention to that. Like I said, 5-10 years ago. So the government and, the FDA was able to slip in so much shit without niggas really paying attention to it. And now niggas are starting to pay attention to it and catch on.
He goes, I was also told by Sergeant Hawley today that my request for a kosher diet was denied, and that he would be put on suicide watch if I refused to eat, which is basically naked torture in a cell alone for 10 days. They're also saying they're going to move me in with a roommate in solitary tonight, but would not give me any other details on who they will be putting me with. Oh, yes! Shout out to Sergeant Hawley, man. This is how you do it, man. Put Chud in a solitary confinement cell with a rolling 60 crib. I want Chud to also share a cell with a black man. Oh, y'all are tough as hell when you guys is out in public antagonizing black people. Y'all is tough as hell when y'all are bringing pig heads to antagonize Muslims. Now y'all in prison and you can't share a cell with a black man? You can't share a cell with a Muslim? But I thought you tough, huh? So you only tough when there's the broadcast cameras and there's police and it's broad daylight and there's cameras and there's citizens to help you from really getting what you deserve. Now you in prison and you want to know who they want you to share a cell with. You think that's how prison works? You think they come to you and get your permission? Hey, Jake, would you mind sharing a cell with a person A? No? Oh. Sorry, Jake. Let's find somebody else. That's not how prison works, homie. And boy, you better pray. You better pray they don't put you in a cell with a militant black man, Brett. That's your butt. Now they continue and they
literally.
I showed up to Chud's hearing because I know what it's like to turn around in a courtroom where your life is on the line and see nobody but your mother and father. I wanted to make sure Chud did not go through the same pain I had to for 4 years and 6 days as a January 6th political prisoner. I stood up and said something because that's what righteous men do. All it takes for evil, these dudes really believe in their heart.
This is dangerous. Remember, this is dangerous. This is a dangerous world we live in. Nigga said all it takes is for evil to succeed, is for good men to do nothing. Like, what? We talking about a nigga that was actively harassing black people by being racist. It's not like he was being approached by niggas and then he started saying racist shit. Now, it's one thing if a nigga approach you, it's one thing if niggas was approaching Chud, talking shit to him, and then, Chud, he start talking shit back, and then next thing you know, Chud start saying racist shit. I'd be like, okay, well, the nigga was starting shit with Chud first. I mean, shit, the nigga said some racist shit. You can't get mad if you made the nigga mad. But this nigga Chud was actively going up to people, being racist towards them, and he was even trying to get homeless people to let him say the N-word in order to give him food, and even the homeless black people wasn't going for that. It was like, nigga, we might be at the bottom of life, But nigga, I ain't at the bottom of my morals. I'm gonna say that one more time. They like nigga. We might be at the bottom of life, but we are not at the bottom of our morals. Nigga, fuck out of here. We don't want what food you finna give me just so you can say the N-word. That nigga, like I said, it came to a point where Chud wasn't getting the reactions out of black people how he probably thought he was gonna get, like the black people from the 60s and shit. He thought he was gonna get that reaction. Niggas ain't bothered by that shit no more. Nigga, we like, nigga, you like that. Like I said, white people have become like that. Well, not all white people, but the racist white people. Y'all became like houseflies, bro. Y'all like, man, get your ass on somewhere. You keep flying by everybody. Get your ass on somewhere. You feel me? And then you keep playing around until you get hit with the fly swat. Now you clapped. You see what I'm saying? You don't got clipped up, and that's what happened to Chud. You see what I'm saying? He kept bothering niggas. He wasn't getting the reaction that he wanted, so he started taking shit to the extreme. And then now look where he's at. Look where he's at. So you feel me? And these niggas really believe that they're facing injustice right now. They believe that the system is actually being injustice when it doesn't bend to their racist will. You feel me? Like, bro, this ain't the 1950s. This ain't the early 2000s. This ain't none of that, bro. This is 2020s. This is a different time. Even like I said, like, you forget who hand is really behind y'all, bro. It's the Jewish hand. Them niggas is like, okay, y'all starting to get too fucking out of pocket. We need y'all to act a certain way to keep these people in check, bro. And y'all fucking up at that. So now, guess what? Now you starting to catch the hard end of shit because y'all forget, y'all white Americans forget the Jews look at y'all as Gentiles too. Y'all white racist Christians forget the Jewish despise Christians, nigga. They look at y'all religion as inferior to theirs. They look at y'all as Gentiles, goyim,s nigga. So all I got to say is, nigga, now y'all finna start catching the hot end of the stick. And when shit start really hitting the fan for y'all and it really start getting bad, don't try to turn around and apologize to black people and be like, oh, we need y'all and can y'all help us with this and this is it? Cause no, whatever y'all got going on, that's between y'all white men, y'all wars, y'all all that. That's between y'all. We at a point now where we're worried about us, nigga. We fucked up. So we when black people start to get fucked up, they got shit going on in their life, nigga. We ain't worried about none of y'all shit. Right now, we worried about our shit. Cause we like, something ain't right. So now we fixing shit and we just separating from all this shit. That's all we doing. And that's gonna make people feel a certain way. You feel me? So like I said, for them to feel like this, bro, because you're being in this is a dangerous world we live in. That's all I gotta say. We live around there's a lot of unchecked mental illness in America that we live around, bro. Where people believe in, like, they believe that Chud, this nigga believes that Chud is facing evil in a courtroom right now. He believes the judge is evil for putting Chud in jail. Nigga, you just tried to attempted murder on a first of all, the person he tried to kill was an unarmed, disabled black veteran. Come on now. So you mean to tell me that's what I'm saying? This is dangerous. And that's why I say good and evil is a perspective. Some niggas see this as good. Some niggas see this as evil. You feel me? When niggas out here speaking in righteousness, some niggas see that as evil. And you got some people that see that as good. So, good and evil is a perspective at the end of the day, bro. So, like I said, and that's why I said this is a dangerous world because good and evil has become what they believe is good, what they believe is evil, or what they got faith in that is good, and what they got faith in that is evil. It could be completely different to somebody else or a different group of people. So, like I said, we live in some dangerous time where people like this, they think we're inferior. They think everything that they think we're the opposite. You feel me? Scientifically proven, by the way. Everything they think about us, we're the opposite. They call us monkeys. Actually, they're 98% chimpanzee or orangutan, gorilla, bonobos. You can look this up. Whereas if you are African, you have no monkey DNA or no Neanderthal DNA. You can look this up. Anybody that is non-African is at least 70% Neanderthal and 98%, chimpanzee, which makes up your Homo sapien or human form. Whereas us, they can't identify what the fuck we is, so they just call our shit junk DNA. And that's kind of fucked up. But you know, hey, it is what it is. So you know, they everything they try to say is the opposite, my guy. Just look at it as that. And we can't let these niggas keep getting reactions out of us, you know, because they, you know, they're hurt about who they are, where they come from, and you know, not having any origins to the planet. You feel me? And you know, that's not to knock on all of them, because like I said, there are some good white people out there that speak up and stand up for black people. You got some white people right now that's in, you got thinking of people that's in interracial relationships. Now, don't get me wrong, you still got some white motherfuckers that'll marry a black person, have a child with them, and still be racist towards the child and call the child an N-word, or just straight up kill their black partner. Which is, you know, crazy. Or vice versa. Cause you got the nigga O.J. Simpson. He killed. That's the only black nigga I know that killed a white woman and got away with this shit. How? I don't fucking know. But overall, it's always, you know, the white person killing the black partner. But you, like I said, you got people in genuine black and white interracial relationships where, you know, they stand up for each other. And like, you know, if you a white person getting with a black person, that's a lot, because you gotta take on their history, what they came from, what your ancestors did to theirs. You know, you see what I'm saying? So, you know, like I said, it's not a knock on all, you know, white people when I say that y'all, you know, y'all are genetically spiced with different shit. It's just the truth, bro. That's what we finding out. And that's what we're starting to talk about. So at the end of the day, when it comes to all this shit with the CHUD the Builder shit, bro, like I said, the only thing I will say is at least CHUD the Builder was doing something most of these other white races won't do. And that's actually get out here, you know, you claiming you that, nigga. Speak like that, talk like that. But they know they not gonna do that because shit like this gonna happen, or they gonna get their ass beat or clipped up. Especially if you try to go to the hood and do that shit. Niggas, you go to the hood and do that shit, you're definitely getting clipped up. Cause it's so many niggas in the hood that ain't got shit to lose. So, especially them homeless motherfuckers. So, like I said, you know, I can give bro that. You feel me? At least he was being out here. He was like, hey, he kept saying freedom of speech. If we got freedom of speech, I should be able to say this, right? I should be able to say the hard R, right? You know, most white people don't got the nuts to do that. The real, them white racists that be hiding behind these Instagram accounts and these bot accounts and shit, they don't got the nuts to do what he really did for real. So I will give him that. As a man to another man, we might be different races, but I give that nigga, I can give him the respect that he got balls to talk like that out here as if this is the 60s. I'm not saying there wasn't no consequences gonna come with that, because it damn sure did, but at least he doing what y'all niggas can't. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, at the end of the day, though, the nigga still fucked up. And we still live in it. This is a dangerous time where we live in a world where people think this is how they should be. You know, we live in a world where people think we live in a world where people that can't even take natural sunlight believe they're genetically, you know, mentally, technologically superior to people that are anciently known for building the pyramids, aligning them with the stars with perfect precision and mathematical angles, nigga. On top of that, all these inventions that we don't came up with, because during slavery, niggas was coming up with shit to make their life more convenient. The white man seen that and said, ooh, give me that. Came up with the patent system, put his face on it. Boom. You see what I'm saying? Most of the shit that we got today was made by us, bro. So it's just they took it and put their face on it, and they still do that today. So you know, niggas gotta understand that we live in a world where people think they're superior to a people that they believe is inferior to them. But these people are anciently from the earth. These niggas take sunlight. They're natural to the planet. I'm just saying. That's dangerous. That's like me saying Brandon Ingram is better than LeBron James, nigga, and I'll kill you about that shit. You better not say LeBron James is better than Brandon. That's crazy as fuck, ain't it? That's dangerous. Nigga, that's dangerous. I would not want to be around a nigga. You saying Brandon Ingram is better than LeBron James and you'll kill me about it? You got it, big homie. You got it.
They really believe in their heart they are the good guys. And if you think that's bad, oh, the second update is worse. The second update is worse. This man is beyond effed. So they came back with a second update, okay? And boy, he's cooked. They go, as I was on the phone with Jake yesterday, getting this message from him, he was yelling in his cell, begging to be fed and saying how hungry he was. Oh, poor Jake. Starve him some more. I disavow, right? There's not a lot on YouTube. He goes, seconds later, a supervisor who was black. Why is this a necessary detail? If you truly in your heart don't believe that you are out here victimizing black people and you're out here being hateful, then you wouldn't even think that black people had a reason to hate you, right? Like you wouldn't even like think twice that, you know, the police officers or the supervisors were black because like, you know, black people would have no reason to hate you, right? You're not hateful. Like, as you say, right? So he goes, seconds later, a supervisor, black, and another man went into Jake's cell, said he's coming with them, put him in handcuffs and took him away. I have now not heard from Jake for over 24 hours because they have taken away his phone privileges simply for begging for food. They have apparently called the jail, and the jail hasn't told them exactly where Jake is. Now, he was sent to prison, well, jail for 10 days. It's been about, what, 2 days so far? No, maybe 3. You know, he's still got about 7 days left, okay? All right. Enjoy your time in jail. Now, whoever your cellmate is, I'm not advocating for violence. I would never violate YouTube guidelines like that, you know? I wish Jake safety. I wish the black man who is in the cell with Jake, I wish Jake leaves the cell in one piece, in whole, safe, and sound. I wish Jake the best. Okay? I wish him the best, man. All right. Now, Dr. Umar Johnson did an interview with Art of the Dialogue, and Umar Johnson had a deep analysis of where he believes CHUD came from, who he believes is funding CHUD, and exactly why CHUD is out here doing what he does. And I'll be real, this Umar Johnson theory isn't the first time I heard this theory, which is why there's some credibility to this, and I think we should all listen to this.
You heard about this one guy, his name is CHUD.
Dr. Umar, that boy still ain't built that damn school. But I love my brother though. I'm not gonna lie to you, I love my brother. He still ain't built that damn school yet. We need that damn school, Umar. Come on now. We need that bitch. I need my kid. I need to sit my kids somewhere when I have them, goddamn it.
CHUD the Builder, and he's going around antagonizing black people, calling them N-words, and you heard about this?
I've seen the clips of CHUD the Builder. Most recently, Art, if I understand and if my memory is serving me correctly, he is being held after shooting someone multiple times outside of a courthouse. The man he shot was a disabled black veteran, shot him multiple times. The brother survived outside a courthouse, so they got the video surveillance, and he's being held on $1.25 million bail. $1.25 million bail. Attempted homicide is the charge. He does have an attorney. And to my knowledge, the public defender, Art, didn't want to defend him. The public defender didn't want to defend him, and so he had to go and find someone. I'm going to tell you what I think, Art. I think this is an FBI psyops.
There's a couple aspects here. You could still be a part of the psyop without knowing you're a part of the psyop. Rap music, hip hop. These rappers were a part of the psyop and had no idea they were a part of the psyop, right? They were used by the FBI. They were used by the CIA to essentially destroy black culture. And how they did it? Well, they just made sure that the gangster music, the most degenerate music possible got pushed to the forefront. In terms of CHUD went from being this relatively unknown weirdo, right, who would do some racist things on Twitter, like nobody really knew who he was. Like Twitter was kind of like suppressing his reach. Then a switch happened within like a month. CHUD clips was everywhere. CHUD was on every broadcast. CHUD was on every clip page. Right? Now you could attribute that to Kick and the Kick clipping program. Maybe that's it. Or the powers that be say, you know what? We should probably push that content right there. That content right there divides and destroys all progress towards race relations in America. Yeah. That content right there will have them fighting among themselves while Trump is stealing $2 billion to give to like insurrectionists. Let's go ahead and push this content some more. So CHUD could be the PSYOP without him knowing he's a part of the PSYOP. Now, I knew something was up, to be honest, when the FBI, according to CHUD, came and got him when he went to jail. They interviewed him for about 2 or 3 hours. And they asked him all type of questions. My thing is, why would the FBI take an interest in CHUD, who's this, like, this, like, right. He's somewhat popular, I guess, but like he's not, right? Like he's not impactful. Like, he's not no type of, like, like revolutionary or activist or free thinker. But the FBI came and sat down for 3 hours and asked CHUD if he's a part of any type of extremist groups. Why would they be so focused on CHUD? So I don't think Umar Johnson is far-fetched at all.
I think this is an experiment by the U.S. government to see how Black people will react to overtly violent white racists patrolling our communities. I think this is part of a larger experiment and social agenda that is preparing for a possible martial law or social unrest or civil war to come. Right. Black people need to follow this CHUD the Builder case. I'm wondering, Art, if he is a veteran. Do you know if he's a veteran or not? Because most of these crazies, quote unquote crazies, tend to be ex-military cutouts. Yeah. Do you know if that's the case with him?
Nah, from what I know, he never been in the military.
Okay. Even if he's not, that don't mean he's not an MK Ultra, though. Most of the MK Ultra CIA psyop test dummies are ex-military cutouts, but they don't have to be. But I'm having a hard time believing he's just doing this unless he's mentally ill, Art.
I don't even like when they try to give the mental health out.
Yeah, I don't even like that.
No, because that mental health out can potentially have ramifications when he goes to court and they say, he's mentally ill. He's facing 60 years. Let's give him 2 years at a hospital. No. I'm not giving. No. He did everything in his right state of mind. Y'all let me know in the comment section. What do you guys think, man? Y'all think is CHUD a part of the PSYOP, man? Is CHUD an FBI agent who